Good morning, students. This lesson is for class 4 for the subject of General Science. Topic is the atmosphere, which is covered in chapter 7, Air, starting on page number 79 of your textbook, titled New Trends in Science Evergreen, and is being submitted to you on 29th of September 2021. Dear students, as you all are familiar with the fact that all living things breathe, that is, take in oxygen, which is indeed a life-supporting gas. We can stay without food and water for some time, but cannot stay without air for few minutes. What is air? Air is a mixture of colorless gases found in the atmosphere. Air is all around us. We cannot see it, but we can feel air. Importance of air. All living things need air to live. Air helps kites, birds, aeroplanes, parachutes to fly. Plants need air for photosynthesis. Moving air helps us drying our wet clothes. We use air to fill it in our tires or tubes of vehicles, balloons, balls, and many more things. And students, air is needed for burning. So, what is atmosphere? The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a mixture of gases in several layers. These layers are dense near the Earth's surface. And as one moves above the Earth's surface, the envelope of air becomes thinner. Students, you might have observed that mountaineers have to carry oxygen cylinders with them at higher altitudes. Why? It is because as altitude means the height, as the altitude increases, the amount of oxygen level in the atmospheric air decreases as trees are not found at higher altitudes. And as a result, mountaineers suffer from dizziness and hence they usually carry oxygen cylinders with them. All students may now please open page number 79 in front of them and observe the diagram showing layers of the atmosphere. Students, please spell the words troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. What are these? These are the names of the layers of the atmosphere. The first layer, that is the troposphere, is the layer closest to the Earth's surface. All types of gases are present here. Weather changes take place here and most clouds appear here as 99% of the water vapor is found in troposphere. And then is the stratosphere. It is the layer next to the troposphere. And students, this layer has ozone layer. And what is the function of ozone layer? This ozone layer, which is present in stratosphere, prevents the harmful ultraviolet radiations of sun from reaching the Earth's surface by absorbing them. And as a result, we are saved from skin cancer. Many jet aircrafts fly in the lower stratosphere. And above the stratosphere is the third layer, which is the mesosphere. Most meteorites burn out in this layer and hence do not reach the surface of Earth. Now, meteorite, what is it? A meteorite is a solid piece of debris from an object that originates in outer space and survives its passage through the atmosphere to reach the surface of a planet. Now learning about thermosphere, as we have seen in the diagram, the fourth layer of atmosphere is the thermosphere. High energy X-rays and ultraviolet radiations from the sun are absorbed here, that is in the thermosphere. And many satellites orbit the earth within the thermosphere. And the outermost layer is the exosphere, which contains very little air. And before continuing further in our lesson, let us first recapitulate the part covered till now. Students, please write the answers to the given questions in your notebook. And you may pause the lesson here for 3 minutes. Question number 1. What is air? Question number 2. Define atmosphere. Question number 3. Name the layer of atmosphere in which weather changes take place. And question number 4 is, name the layer of atmosphere in which space shuttles move. Now students, I hope you all might have written the correct answers to these questions. So let me discuss the answers first. What is air? Air is a mixture of colorless gases found in the atmosphere. What is atmosphere? The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is the atmosphere. And the closest layer to the surface of the earth is the troposphere, and the space shuttles, they move in the thermosphere. Let us now understand the composition of air. Now students, as visible in the diagram, which is showing you the composition of air, nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere, as 78% is the nitrogen. And this nitrogen is used by leguminous plants, and it also controls the process of burning as well as oxidation of food. We'll be learning about it in our later chapter. Fine. And oxygen is 21%. This purplish part is the oxygen, which is 21% and which is needed by living things for respiration, and it is also needed for burning. And 1% we have the other gases, which includes the carbon dioxide, neon, helium, hydrogen and ozone. Air also has water vapor, dust and smoke. Now children, here I am going to discuss one activity with you, and please, if you want to do this activity, do it with the help of an elder. So this activity is showing you to show that air is needed for burning. The materials required are, we'll be needing 2 candles, matchbox and a glass jar. And what we need to do here, we'll be fixing 2 candles on a table and light them. And then cover 1 candle with a glass jar. What will you observe? You will observe that the candle in the jar stops burning after some time, whereas the candle kept outside continues to burn. Why is this so? Now students, the candle which is kept outside the jar is getting the continuous supply of oxygen, which is making the candle continue burning. Whereas the candle kept under a glass jar burns till there is oxygen. As soon as all the oxygen is used up, it stops burning. And what is the result? That means air, which is oxygen, is needed for burning. Now let us discuss one more activity to show the presence of water vapors in atmospheric air. And for this, we'll be needing a dry and clean steel tumbler. It may be a glass. Fill it with crushed ice. And what we will observe in few seconds, you might have observed this thing, we are able to see the water droplets on the outer surface. These water droplets are due to the water vapors from the air, which gets condensed on the cooler parts of the tumbler. And This shows that atmospheric air contains water vapor. Air also contains dust particles. You might have observed dust particles which are seen in the beam of sunlight when it enters into your room through a window. So, air contains dust particles too. So, students, here I am ending up the lesson. Kindly read the notes carefully before doing the home assignment questions. And please do worksheet 1, page number 82 in your book only. Thank you, students.